Hello everyone, this is Teacher Marge. Welcome back to my channel. In this lesson video, we will be discussing about percent of increase. And we will have markup for this video. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin pag markup? Okay, tatandaan natin. Pag sinabing markup, tignan nyo na lang yung salita. Anong meron dyan? Okay, merong salitang up. Ibig sabihin, it's an increase. It goes up. It's an increase. So, kung yan ay marked down, it's a percent of decrease. Okay, problem. So, since we are talking about markup, ano-ano yung mga clue words na makikita natin sa problem that has something to do with a markup problem. Okay, sa percent of increase problems. Okay, una, syempre, aside from the word itself, yung markup, ang ibig sabihin ng markup, there is a certain amount that is being added to the original price or to the base. Okay? So, pag pinag-uusapan natin ang markup, ang pinag-uusapan natin ay yung instance na there is a certain amount that is added to. Okay? That is being added to the original price or the base. Okay? So, yan yung essence ng markup. At ibig sabihin, dahil merong ina-add sa original price, you have a higher amount than the original price that is involved. Okay? So, you have a higher amount. Higher than. Okay? Higher than the base. Okay? Ano pa? Ano-ano yung mga clue words? Pwede din naman na gumamit ng salitang increase. Okay? Kasi nga tumaas. Merong up. Nag-increase. Pwede din naman there is an additional amount. Or, for some instance, it can be coined as profit, tubo, okay? Or gain, gana, okay? Or, it can also be earnings in some cases. Okay, earnings, kinita, karagdagang kita, okay? So, we can have here additional earnings, okay? So, all of these words or phrases has something to do with markup. So, without further ado, let's begin solving our problem regarding percent of increase markup. Okay, our first problem for today is about a grooming kit. Okay, a grooming kit is sold at 280 pesos. If it has a markup rate of 12%, how much does it originally cost? Okay? So, kagaya ng sinabi ko dati, all percent problems are direct proportion problem. So, we will be solving this particular problem using ratio and proportion. So, hindi tayo gagamit ng mga formula. Will have ratio and proportion. Kasi mas versatile yung ratio and proportion. Okay? So, let's have a table of values for this particular problem. So, to organize the data given to us. So, we'll have a table like this. And then, taas na lang natin yan. Sorry. Okay. We have here the base. Then, the rate and percent. Okay? Below the base, ang ilalagay natin dito ay yung ating markup. So, this is an increase. Okay? We have the markup. And since it's a markup, okay, we add the base and the markup. Yan yung ating total. Okay? Pag inad ninyo yung base at saka yung markup, syempre, total ang tawag dun sa sagot. Okay, so how do we fill this now? Base rate is always 100%. Okay? So, sa table natin, ang laging nakafix dyan, yung base ninyo ay 100%. And all the other cells will be filled in using the problem. Okay? So, let's begin. A grooming kit is sold at 280 pesos if it has a markup rate of 12%. Okay? So, ang una nating isosolve ay yung, Ang una nating ilalagay ay yung rate kasi yun ang pinakamadaling i-identify because of the percent symbol. And it's a markup rate. Okay? Binigay na. So, dun yan sa markup rate here. So, we'll have 12%. Okay? Bago tayo magpatuloy mag-fill in ng table, ayusin muna natin yung table natin dito. Base plus markup equals total. So, 100, pababa tayo. 100 plus 12 is 112%. Okay? So, tapos na yung rate column natin. Let's proceed on with filling up our percentage column. Okay? A grooming kit is sold at 280. Ano yung 280 pesos na yan? Is it original cost, markup cost, or total cost? Okay? Una, hindi siya base. Bakit? Kasi ang itinatanong ay yung original cost niya. Okay? How much does it originally cost? So, ibig sabihin, ang itinatanong ay yung base. So, that makes 280 hindi base. Okay? Not base at all. So, a grooming kit is sold at 280. Hindi rin siya mark up. Bakit? Kasi ang clue word natin dyan ay it's sold at. Okay? Sold na ibinenta. Okay? Or na ibenta. Ibinibenta ng 280 pesos. So, yun yung selling price niya. So, nasaan ang selling price natin? Nandoon sa lowest row or yung pinakababang row natin. Okay? This is the current price. Not red. Okay, it's 280 pesos. Does it mean we need to fill in this markup percentage? No more, kasi hindi naman yan itinatanong. Hindi rin na rin yan kailangan. Kasi ang kailangan natin dyan ay yung pair ng mga quantities horizontally. Syempre, hindi natin pwedeng deadmahin yung may question mark kasi yan ang ating target. Okay, so we'll have this row and another row na kumpleto yung data. Walang question mark. So, in this case, it's the third row. Okay, it's a direct proportion problem. Let's have the working equation. 100 is to, question mark is P. And then we have 112 is to 280. Okay, next, we multiply the means and the extremes. And the products must be equal. So, P times 112, yung means natin ang unahin natin kasi nandoon yung unknown. So, P times 112. And then, extremes. 100 times 280. And what is 100 times 280? It's 280 followed by a pair of zeros. So, that's P times 112. So, wag nang tumingin ng iba pang numerong ipang divide on both sides. Yung kasama na lang nung unknown nyo, which is 112. So, you could cancel that out. Okay. Leaving you with P. Okay. And what is 28,000 divided by 112? It's 250. Okay? It's 250. Now, let's go back to our problem. Tignan natin, i-revisit natin yung problem natin. Ang tanong ay, how much does it cost? Does it originally cost? So, ibig sabihin, there should be a peso sign. Hindi tayo gumamit ng PHP kasi ang given sa problem natin ay yung ganitong peso sign. So, susundin natin kung ano yung ibinigay. Kasi yan ang ating monetary unit. Ganyang symbol. So, we'll have the same symbol as with the answer. Okay? So, the original price is 250 pesos. That's problem number 1. Let's move on now to our second problem. Okay, our second problem says, Chris makes a 15% profit with her buy and sell business. Today, she sold an item at 18,500 pesos. How much did she earn? Okay, first and foremost, anong ibig sabihin ng buy and sell na business? Pag sinabing buy and sell na business, kung ikaw yung may business na ganito, bibili ka ng isang item tapos ibebenta mo siya. Okay? Siyempre, kung ibebenta mo yon, tutubuan mo yon. Okay? So, dahil buy and sell yan, this is a markup problem. And aside from that, we also have the word profit. Okay? So, let's proceed to our table of values. Taas lang natin ng konti. Make room for our table. Okay? So, we have here the base, and then rate, and then percentage. Here, we have markup. Dahil may salita na tayong profit doon. And then, we have total. Again, sa table natin, we have 100%. Available yan lagi. Okay? Base rate is always 100%. Now, let's move on with our problem. Chris makes a 15% profit. 15% is rate dahil may percent symbol. So, ilalagay natin yan. Profit daw yan. 15% profit, it's a markup. So, that's 15. Okay? Anong ilalabas natin dito? I-add natin yung dalawa. So, 100 plus 15 is 115%. Okay? Then, let's move on to our percentage column. Sabi dyan, today, she sold an item at 18,500 pesos. Is this a base? Ano ba to? Base price ba to? Or is this the original price or selling price? Okay. Tip, it is sold at 18,500. So, ibinenta siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya original price. Kasi nandoon siya sa sell. Hindi buy. Kasi kung yung word ay may kinalaman sa buy, yung presyo ay may kinalaman sa pagkakabili, then that's the original. But since yung presyo natin has something to do with the word sold, ibig sabihin yung pagkakabenta yan. And it's the selling price or the current price. So, 18,500 goes here. Okay, huwag na natin lagyan ng equal sign, ng comma. 18,500. And then, let's move on with the question. How much did she earn? Okay. Earn. Kanina, dun sa una nating part ng discussion natin, yung earnings, yun ay pupunta sa markup. So, ang itinatanong ay markup. Okay? So, yung earn na yan, dito pupunta. Okay? Now, since this is a direct proportion problem, ang kailangan natin, again, ay yung horizontal pairs lang. Okay? 15 is to question mark at saka 115 to 18,500. Okay? Let's have our working equation. 15 is to, ano yung question mark? Nasa P. Okay? So, it's P equals 115 is to 18,500. Okay? We multiply the means and the extremes. Unahin natin yung means natin kasi nandun ang unknown. So, we'll have P times 115 is equal to, extremes naman, 15 times 18,500. So, P times 115 is equal to 277,500 or 277,500. Okay? Then we divide both sides by 115 kung ano yung kasama ng unknown ninyo. Okay? Since it's an equation, kung ano yung ginawa sa kaliwa, dapat gagawin din sa kanan. Okay? Para hindi natin ma-compromise yung sagot natin. Then we can cancel out 115, leaving us with P. And what is 277,500 divided by 115? It's 2,413.04. Okay, marami siyang kasunod. We round this off to the first two decimal digits. And we place now our peso sign. Okay, again, hindi tayo gumamit ng PHP kasi yung original natin sa problem ay yung peso sign. Okay, now, ma'am, wala namang 0.04 eh. Wala namang 4 centavos. Okay, walang 4 centavos in reality. But, we are talking about earnings. Okay, pagdating sa pera, kung ano yung lumabas, yun yung ilalagay ninyo. Pero, kung, halimbawa, sinabi, in-specify naman dun sa problem na ibabase ninyo yung sagot ninyo dun sa natural setting, okay? O yung halimbawa, yung available coins, kung nakasabi. Pero dahil hindi naman yan binanggit dun sa problem natin, then 4 centavos is okay. Okay? We do not read this as 2,413 pesos and 4 cents. Hindi hindi natin binabasa ito as 4 cents. Ang basa natin dyan ay 4 centavos. Kasi yun ang ating monetary unit. Wala tayong cents. Sa pesos, ang bilang natin dun sa decimal part niya ang banggit natin sa decimal part ay centavos. So, this is 2,413 pesos and 4 centavos. Ano tong sagot natin? Yan yung kanyang earning. Yan yung kanyang kinita. Okay? That's her profit from selling the item. So, that's problem number 2. Let's have now problem number 3. Okay, our last problem for this video lesson has something to do with the following problem. Find the markup rate for an item that is sold at 720 pesos but originally cost 640 pesos. So, kakaiba yan doon sa nauna nating problem kasi ang pinahahanap sa atin ay yung markup rate. Okay? So, we will be solving for the rate. But, as like the previous problems we will prepare our table of values before we solve the problem. Okay, so doon tayo sa table. We have here the base, markup, and then total. The next column is rate, and then percentage. As usual, base is always 100%. Okay? Now, ang sabi dyan, find the markup rate. Find the markup rate. So, rate, markup, yun ang question mark. Masosolve ba natin yan vertically? Siyempre, hindi. Hindi natin yan masosolve kasi merong missing dyan. So, for now, leave it at that. Next, find the markup rate for an item that is sold. Okay? That is sold at 720 pesos. So, anong usapan natin? Pag ginamit yung sold na salita at may presyong kasunod, it's the selling price. At saan natin inilalagay ang selling price? Doon sa total. Okay, yun nandito. Percentage. So, we'll have 720 here. Okay, 720. Next, but originally costs 640 pesos. So, nandoon na yung salitang originally. So, that means original yan, it's the base. So, it's 640 here. Now, tingnan natin yung problem. Ang usapan natin ay, ang kukunin natin ay horizontal. So, there's no question about the fact na yung base row kukunin natin. Bakit? Kasi parehong may values. Now, ang focus natin dun sa may question mark. Dapat ito ang kukunin natin. But how are we going to use this kung dalawa yung blanco? So, in this case, kailangan natin to. So, how do we do that? We prioritize muna. So, this is a two-step problem, no? We cannot arrive at the what is asked of us to do or give kung hindi natin nakukuha pa ito. Now, tignan ninyo yung column ng percentage. Meron kayong dalawang values out of 3. We know that for a fact that base plus markup is total. So, how do we get this one? So, ang gagawin natin, we solve for the markup. Solve for markup percentage. Okay? So, how do we solve for the markup P or markup percentage? Kunin natin itong dalawang ito. 720. So, 720 less 640. And that will give us 80. Okay? So, yung 80 na yan, yung 80 na to, yan ang pupunta dito. Okay? So, we'll have now 80 here. So, kompleto na yung ating pares. We can now proceed to our second part of our solution. We now solve for whatever is asked. Okay? Yung itinanong. So, papaano yan? We use proportions. Okay? Direct proportion to. So, horizontally, 100 is to 640 equals, yung question mark natin is under the rate, so that's R, is to 80. Okay? Then, we solve for the means, product ng means and product ng extremes. So, by doing so, we will have 640 times R is equal to 100 times 80. And what is 100 times 80? That's 8 with 3 zeros, 8,000. And that is 640 times R. Look no further kung anong kasama ni R or nung unknown, yun ang ating divisor. So, 640. So, we divide that. Means we need to cancel this out, leaving us with R. Okay, rate. What is 8,000 divided by 640? It's 12.5. Okay, since this is a rate yan, there should be a percent sign. Okay, as you can see, no, doon sa solutions natin, mula problem 1 hanggang problem 3, hindi tayo nag-move ng decimal point. Ginamit natin ng diretso yung number na ibinigay as rate without the percent symbol sa computation natin. Ginamit natin yan ng diretso. Walang kaso doon kasi this is a proportion problem. We solve each one like we normally do with a direct proportion problem. Okay? So, hindi na natin iniintindi yung percent sign. So, hindi tayo nag-move tapos nag-move uli. Okay? Walang ganong galawan. So, eto, diretso natin siyang ginagamit. So, I hope you learned something from this video lesson. And I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and like the videos that I have in the channel. Kung titignan natin, no, yung markup ay isang klase lang yan ng percent of increase problem. Pero, as you go on, as you read problems, as you solve problems, different percent problems, and you get the hang of solving the problem this way, mas madali siya. Kasi wala kayong iintindihing formula. All you have to do is to prepare your table of values this way, shoot ninyo yung mga given dun sa table. Basta tatandaan ninyo yung vertical computation, mako-compute ninyo yan kapag you are given 2 out of 3. Okay? It's either you add or you subtract. Depende dun sa sitwasyon ng problem. Okay? So, that's all for now. Thank you and please do subscribe sa my channel. At isa pa pala, kung na hindi niyo maintindihan ba't saan galing tong mga solution na to, I suggest you watch my video lesson about proportion, direct and direct proportion. Okay, I also have a video regarding persets. So panoorin niyo 'yon para makita ninyo na gamit natin yung proportion equation. So that's all for now. God bless. Thank you and stay safe.